Welcome to Sundays with Stephon. I'm your host. Again, I'm an actor, comedian, writer. Well, remember I told you all that this is not just a talk show. This is like an education. You learn a lot from this, you know. It's like an educational thing because I had people that come on the show and we learned a lot of stuff from them. And today I'm going straight into it because today I have a special guest with us. He is popularly known on TikTok as somebody who is diagnosed with the HIV virus from birth. So, you know, I'm kind of excited because I get to learn about, because I don't have much knowledge. Yes, I came into contact with people who have the HIV virus, but none of them were diagnosed at birth. So I'm kind of excited and I want to learn, and I hope you all are willing to learn as well. And yeah, so, but before we go to him, take a look at this little clip. Hey everyone, well, this is Sundays with Stephon, and with us today we have Ronaldo Castillo. Ronaldo, welcome. Thanks for being with us. So, first I would like you to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. I know we played that clip, but we want to hear it from you.
So to start, it's also an honor being here, for being here to also spread my story or knowledge, I should say, with more expansion. Right? So I grew up in an orphanage for children living with HIV. So the experience living with HIV stemmed from young. Since before I could have even come to a lot of understanding, I have been surrounded in it, you understand? So it's always have been my mission, or I should say, I will come to that. My name is Ronaldo, HIV advocate, also a youth peer counselor. I am known to be one of the biggest support systems for youths, adults, people living with HIV and AIDS. Also, I am the voice for the voiceless. There's many people who live in the dark, and that's me. I'm here to end discrimination. Sorry for the right?
Alright, yes, so you speak about discrimination. You have been, how old are you?
I'm 25 years of age.
So you have been living with HIV 25 years now?
25.
Alright, and do you still have people discriminate against you? Like, when we say discrimination, like, because you use this cup, they don't want to use that cup. Well, you sit on that toilet, see, they don't want to sit on that toilet. Do you face stuff like that?
Of course, I do still face discrimination, and it's a lot with accepting where discrimination stems from. It's understanding why the discrimination happens. You know, and discrimination could stem from it have people who might be of the status. They would discriminate because they just want to be on the majority side. Everybody saying this about this, let me say that I'm blending, you know. So they might mean it. That's an aspect of discrimination. It have the discrimination stemming from the ones who believe what they believe in, you know. It's like your whole life you hear in this. Like the other day I was talking, this adult is 42 years of age, and we're talking about HIV and stuff. I want to explain to him about undetectable. He was like, nah, that's wrong. So I was like, so why would you say it's wrong? He said, well, I've never heard about undetectable, but they're wrong, you know. And I was explaining to him, as an author, around certain discrimination, different aspects. There's people who they believe in what they believe in. They might never do a research, but your whole life you hear something, today you hear opposite, you ain't going to take that yourself, you know? So, I heard discrimination also from people who don't understand it, you know? There's still discrimination, despite how much I do, I know it will always be there. Every day new someone is being born, there's still people today giving wrong information out there, you know, so it's a mixed up both. You know, I just have to continue to do my part, don't give up, and to the end, it will reach a bigger margin, you know.
Okay, what struggles did you face, like, being HIV positive? Like, were you depressed, or you wanted to come reach a stage where you want to commit suicide, or it just like You know, like how people look at you differently. What struggles like you went through?
Okay, well, I would say there's different phases to the term struggle I may have been through. You know, because as I said, I grew up in an orphanage for people living with HIV. So everyone is in the same shoe of mine. That also was a kind of support system, you know. But at the same time, it's different aspect of struggle coming up. It wouldn't be a much of a struggle as when I reach adult because I run pairs in my shoes. So you don't get when you go on the outer side. Well, as a child, we wouldn't understand depression and stress that much. We might get backlash and we might just say, somebody might say, hey, look, he come from the AIDS home, or look, he come from the AIDS Maxi. You know, become Maxi will be carrying us to the school, etc. You know? So, in the home, it was more outer, the outer perspective when it comes to like just discrimination, talking, you know. My main struggles hit me when I left. Well, actually, I didn't leave, but due to certain reasons, I was transitioned out of the home by the age of 13, 14. You know, so when I was transitioned out of the home, they didn't know at the moment, but I actually started living a big man lifestyle.
Okay.
Where I had my priorities, you know, paying like this, that, you know. So although I was underage, you know, I'm on my own. So therefore relationships would fall into place, you know. I had a big struggle with letting out my status.
Okay.
That was a next struggle. That's why I mentioned that just now to reach to that, you know.
Okay.
Letting out my status was a big struggle, not only in relationship, in instances like each area even went to, I don't know how, but they does know. You know, I recently moved to Harmony Hall. I recently moved to South, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry for putting up my location.
Yeah, that's fine.
I recently moved to South, and that's before I came out with my status. I only came out though publicly last year.
Okay.
So 2 years ago, I moved in down South, the area that I already started talking. We have AIDS, you know. So it had a lot of struggles.
And that's because you are popular on TikTok.
No, but at the time, I didn't come out with my status as yet, you know. And if you want to talk about afterwards, I mean, that's a great point. Since I come out with my status, there's people who still throw around the talk to say he have AIDS and along the lines, but it wouldn't be towards me anymore. Right. They might see me talking to a friend, they would go under the financial issue, you know. You know, you have AIDS, you know, that kind of. So I guess one of the main reasons since I come out is mindset.
Okay.
I come out recently. A lot of people has been like, oh, you just come out, you're so strong, I would never think on earth of doing that. And I could understand why you wouldn't think of that, because you just see me today and you think, whoa, he came out, that is impossible, not knowing. That took me years of building. Since I left the orphanage, I wanted to come out with my status because it used to traumatize me. And if I used to reach my true limit, you know, to limit myself, and if I used to reach my full potential in life and stuff based on my status, you know. So,
yeah, what we're going for a quick break. When we come back, we have more with Ronaldo Castillo. Welcome back to Sundays with Stephon. I'm your host, Stephon John, and I'm here with Ronaldo Castillo, HIV advocate and youth peer counselor. So Ronaldo, in that video you said people still call it HIV, AIDS, and it's totally something different. Could you explain to us like how different it is?
So, is HIV and AIDS, I would say, is really different diagnosis. So HIV, to be detailed, HIV is really the virus that attacks the immune system. So HIV is the virus. AIDS is a condition that leads from HIV once the immune system is badly damaged, you know. Once you reach the position of AIDS, your body is more open to gain different cancers, diseases, sicknesses, etc. So mainly, let me come down to the slangs now, right? Let me put it this way. If someone have HIV, why when they die, why hear somebody say they die from HIV? No, they say they die from AIDS. Or with AIDS is always the better term. With AIDS is always the better term than saying from AIDS. Because not all the times people die with AIDS mean they die from AIDS. As I explained just now, HIV is the virus. HIV is the working virus in the system. Without HIV, you could never get AIDS. You understand? So, with AIDS, some people may die with AIDS, but it's not really AIDS. They have cancer, they have diabetes, etc. So you could die of cancer. But just the fact you have cancer, HIV, other sicknesses, it's a combination. You may have HIV is human immunodeficiency syndrome. AIDS is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Acquired means that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, okay. So you say it gets bad when it reaches AIDS. That is when bad. Is that because when you stop taking your medication?
No. Yeah, when I stop. But okay, for someone who knows who is on medication, okay, let me put it this way. Let me say somebody can diagnose with the virus today. They now diagnosed with the virus, so they want to go for healthcare. They went clinic, etc., and they got diagnosed. They got a prescription. They got prescribed a certain medication because there's different type of medication, antiretroviral therapy, HIV medication. So once you start taking the medication and adherence is a lot, I advise take it just the way the doctor prescribed to you. Within the average of 6 months, it can become undetectable, right?
Okay.
So I bring it back to understand.
Yeah.
So within, even though you have AIDS, that like dying stage, that really not should say, because there's different stages to HIV and AIDS. It's not like HIV is one, HIV and AIDS is one level of AIDS,
Alright.
So yeah, you can become undetectable in 6 months. Now, if you are on medication, the part where I was talking about badly damaged, there is more enlightenment on it because a lot of people out there who is in the shoes may take medication and they might be missing, and yet still they will go to there and take out test and still see undetectable. So that's why now, yes, I'm not saying you wouldn't see undetectable, but eventually your viral loads will start to fluctuate, and then it's going to miss out from undetectable and go back to the HIV level, and who knows, it can reach back to AIDS, like it can go to AIDS from there, So I advise taking medication every single day. You can also have AIDS. It's not like you can see it in someone. You can have AIDS, looking healthy as ever, don't even have a pimple. I see some people saying real foolishness. If you lose some size, you have AIDS. Like, what? I know people who live in the stuff that's on the big getting fat every day. That kind of thing. So,
yeah, I actually heard that a lot to be you can look healthy and have the virus. Because people just assume when you're skinny or you lose weight, because sometimes it might drop amount of weight. Just so the first thing that is assumed is HIV. A lot of things can cause that, diabetes and these other stuff. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we have more with Ronaldo. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sundays with Stephon. I'm your host, Stephon John, and here with me is Ronaldo Castillo. So yeah, Ronaldo, I was going through, you have a big support system, but also there is negative feedback as well. I was going through one of your comments on TikTok, and somebody say that their comment said that they want to be with you. And somebody replied and say, why would you want to be with somebody who is HIV positive? So tell us like how you handle that type of comment.
Actually, nice question, because I do get some negative comments. Now there's some people who, let me be real, How I dealt with, I made a video talking about, I made them the person understand to start with that what makes me different from you. You know, if someone wants to talk like that, let me put it this way. If you want to talk like that, why you want to go with a HIV person? It come like you're saying, why you want to go with a normal human being or somebody who's not of the status, because what makes us different? You might say, what? You had to take a tablet every day? Okay. I know people taking 3 Panadol every day for their whole life. Okay. You understand? It's still a pill. It might be a different pill, but it's still taking a tablet. Okay. You know? So in instances like that, it don't get ahead of me, because that's why it took years of me prepping for what I'm doing today. Okay. You know, I built this mindset, you know. So it wasn't a pressure to deal with. So mainly I made a video talking about people with this kind of mindset quicker or to contract the virus than ones who is willing. Okay. And I tell everybody, HIV is everybody business. Meaning to say, somebody might say like, how that is my business? But then tomorrow you might see a friend, you might say, you don't know why people doesn't want to tell people the status. I don't like that. But in reality, you is the same one saying, if somebody get HIV, you go kill them. If somebody do this, you go hate them. Yeah. And you will do this. So why you want them to disclose to you now? You understand my point? Means I'm not saying it's right to do, you know, but we had to think of what we're saying and what we're doing. Yep. You understand? So I don't know, I deal with comments. I more, sometimes I would come to their level. You understand? I would tell you things to make you answer yourself, and when I finish I will ask you a question after, you know, because in reality what makes me different. True.
You know, speaking about HIV, a lot, you were, okay, you said you were diagnosed at birth. Were you diagnosed at birth or a little while after, as in, when your mother gave birth to you, you was diagnosed one time? Because that, in cases, I think that happened as well.
Yeah, sure.
Because remember, at the end of the day, they feed from, is that because your mom has the virus, or?
So, how I got diagnosed, as a matter of fact, my dad was living with the virus. My mom was not living with it. Okay. And he reached to a point where he had AIDS. Okay. He started sleeping with her. My mom had 2 children already, a boy and a girl. Okay. Negative. She's negative, they are negative. Okay. He started sleeping with her, he didn't tell her anything. She contracted the virus unknowingly. Now, she went to make me know. A lot of people even ask in my video, so how somebody would make you and they didn't know, to test your mother to know she have it to not, you know? I'm 25 years ago. I'm 25 years today. 25 years ago, these tests and these things wasn't compulsory or mandatory, I should say. It was a if, but, or maybe. You understand? Exactly. So at that time, if you go to make a child, they're not going on run diagnostics on you to know what is your status. So she didn't know, she make me, and I really contracted it through being breastfed. Okay. Yet still, she still haven't found out. So still going, she started breastfeeding me. Year after, and some months, she got pregnant with my sister after me. Still not knowing of her status, still breastfeeding me, you know. Same time, my dad he got sick, badly sick, where he reached in the hospital bedridden from AIDS, right? A little before her pregnancy, like a month before, somewhere around there, he passed away. When he passed away and they run the autopsy, then they realized he have AIDS. But he died with AIDS, I should say, you know, and obviously she would contract it. She have done already contracted. She was breastfeeding me, so I already contracted. All this is what led to me ending up in the home. This is why I went down in the storyline one time, I say, you understand, you know. So from there, the doctors advised her, well, you're already breastfeeding this boy, let have a home at the same moment when the Fitzwilliams had opened the orphanage for people living with HIV.
Oh, that's the Wendy Fitzwilliams
orphanage. That's the Wendy Fitzwilliams.
Oh, right, I heard about that.
That's the orphanage, you know. And yeah, so within that she found out, and I was the only one out
So
of.
you said during that time she gave birth to another girl, your sister.
Yeah.
Is she also had the virus?
No, well, it's 8 children in all.
Okay.
I'm the only one living with it.
Oh, wow.
Reason
Very
being is
unfortunate.
because when my dad died, my sister wasn't born as yet. She was still in my mom's belly. So the doctors done aware of her situation. You know, I already been getting breast milk, well, being breastfed now. So yeah, so I had already contracted, and from there she was aware of her status. So she then went after and breastfeed the rest. She joined clinic. You know, she's undetectable today, taking medication today and stuff still.
Okay.
You know,
And
so
we talk about this undetected. So there is medication that makes you undetectable. So with that, does that mean like you can have sexual intercourse with anyone and it wouldn't spread?
you are correct. But I would also like to add, not because yes, undetectable means untransmittable, and that is 100% proven, you know, but not because you can't spread the virus to someone else means you will go out there just having sex, because you can still contract something. You understand my point? So you might be able to give someone something, but you can contract it and damage yourself more.
Okay, so
you know,
question, although you have the HIV virus, if you have sex with somebody who has the HIV virus as well, you will still contract again?
Yeah, so let me explain. It's different level state. So HIV person having sex with an HIV person, the first thing could happen is you can reinfect yourself. Meaning it don't happen right away. But after a while, well, everybody different. I can tell you it don't happen soon, and it can happen sooner than I thought, because everybody's immune system is different. But you could reinfect yourself, meaning that, remember, HIV is strains. And that is what I was talking about before. HIV is not one level, AIDS is not one level at AIDS. There's different strains to HIV and AIDS. It has something called viral load. Your viral load, the meaning of viral load is the amount of HIV in your blood. You understand? So viral load could move from, well, today there are 3 different type of tests, HIV tests. Well, machinery, I should say, that they take the viral load test from. So one would show you under 20 as undetectable, one would show you under 50, and I'm not sure if the next one is under 30, right? But under 20 is undetectable on that specific test. And if I tell you viral loads run from 20, that's a exact factual number. Under 20 is undetectable. It could run straight up to the millions. You understand? AIDS only starting early thousands, 1500, somewhere right there. You know? So it's different strains to the virus. So that is why you can get reinfected. It's not like all they had the same strain of virus, you know? So it could either happen where the two, it could combine and turn into one strain and mash you up. They will have to change medication and thing in most cases, or it could work alongside the virus. In very rare cases, you could have your strain and someone else's strain in your system. And in super infections, which is in the most rare, 3 different strains could hold in one system. Yeah, so it's dangerous.
You see, we learning a lot, because these are a lot of things that I never know. I never knew. When we taking a quick break, when we come back, we have more with Ronaldo.
Due to the fact that I am always the one, or I choose to be the one to help people and inspire them and push them. Now, it always, I don't put my problem on people, or at least that's how I just feel. With everybody, like if I telling somebody something about me, I like already know you have a baggage, and I take in my baggage now to put it on you. You understand? That's what I do. So what I do is going to the public. Some of the stories I share and some of the questions I ask, it ain't even meant to be a question, it was meant to be a statement. You know, some statements I make it was meant to be a question. You understand? And so I just really use the public as my support system. Sometimes I will go live and I will just chat, you know, and if you have people coming in, some people will come in, you know, same status with me. Although I don't disclose them, they'll be on my life normal and thing, you know, nobody knows that's their shoe, you know. Sometimes somebody will be in my life and they'll be like, but I don't know how it is to live with that, you know. At time I know they live with it. You understand? Yeah, so I turn to the public as my support system, you know.
With Stephon, I'm your host Stephon John, and here we are with Ronaldo, and I find this is something brave you're doing, and I like it, because not much persons would do that. It have a lot of people that live with the virus, and it actually have people out there that spreading it still, because they ain't saying nothing, they ain't telling nobody anything. But are you and your mom still like close? Or they good?
Yeah,
so we didn't have no, when you found out that, at what age did you, okay, I know you did an interview at 12 years old. Was that the age that you first opened up about it? I know your face wasn't shown because you cannot show a minor face.
Correct.
In these kind of things. So, yeah. Well, that was the first.
Before I did that interview, I used to do small stuff, nothing major with the orphanage.
Okay.
You know, and that's why for the by the way, in the home it had children ranging from newborn 1-2 years old to the age of 38 and stuff, 38-year-old and stuff. So to take a 12-year-old boy, is, you know, it's not by choice or just guessing or pick. You know,
yeah.
I was always the inquisitive one. From a boy coming up, I would go and be like, so how come I taking medication and he taking medication and he getting sick? And this is the kind of question I go ask. I'll be like, doctor, I don't find it a stupid question, huh? But how come so by so on, you know? So I did something slight public before. But you could say that was the major one, yeah? Okay. That was the major one. Now you was going to ask my question. What age did I come to the understanding?
Yeah, and did you have any, like, for example, your mom telling you, well, you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't go out and see it like that?
That's what I mean. No, well, like, when I disclosed my status publicly, that was only last year, right? Yeah, everybody was telling me, no, don't do that, what you're going and do, and you know what you're doing. Even my mom, well, my mom didn't tell me no, but she was like, Naldo, you sure? You sure you know what you're doing? You know that is a big thing. But you see, I don't know, I always had my mind. So I would only tell people who I know who I know I just talk with on that level. They had a level of understanding. Yes. It's not like I would come and tell a stranger, hey, I'm going to come out with my status, you know. Obviously, they would say, but you go and do real shoppiness, you know. But I had my reasons for doing what I do. So, yeah, everybody was like doing and I was like, I'm still going to. When I start, you would understand.
Do they support you now?
Yeah, they do.
Alright, because this is what you're doing will also like make people be brave enough to come out as well as HIV positive. So that's really amazing, and I'm glad you have that kind of support system. But are you like, sometimes do you get fed up of like taking the medication? Because I know it's like an everyday thing, and is it a lot to take at once?
No, well, medication goes differently. Some people take 1, some take 2, 3, 4, 5. I know somebody taking 7. You know. Now, the amount of medication doesn't go by how bad your status is. So you might hear somebody taking 7 different pills, and you'll be like, a whole 7, then you real sick. It don't work so. I am undetectable, taking 1 pill a day now. I know people who's undetectable taking 3, taking 5. You know, well, I don't know no undetectable taking 7, but I know people who taking 5 and they're undetectable, you know. Just recently, someone from the public, a lot of people has reached out to me like, it probably crossed a little over 800 now from Trinidad. And worldwide, probably over 1,500 people. Like literally every day somebody tries to reach out to me. It's difficult for me to respond. You know, I really would like to working on like an organization. Yeah. But yeah, that's part of
like you know, you could have a little call center thing and people call in and you advise them.
Correct.
And what career, okay, being this, do you want to make it in a full-time career in the future?
Of
like,
course.
Doing this as your career, going around the world and spreading.
Oh gosh. Just this morning I talking that to my sister. I was telling her, you know, like, that's part of my goal. I want to travel. I might reach all the countries, but at least if I stop in a country for 10 minutes, I will take that 10 minutes and speak on a stage.
Speak on
and I can fly outside next one, you know?
And back
at least I could permit, you know? But that is part of my goal to, you know, expand my voice. Like really, there's people from all over the world reach out to me.
Okay.
On TikTok and Instagram, my biggest fan base is Trinidad, you know? But when it comes to Facebook, I have a lot of people from Africa. Trinidad came in like third. There's Africa and Kenya. There's a lot of people from out there also view me and reach out to me, and you know.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's really great. And like, you ever think about like going in different schools as well and speaking on it?
Right here in Trinidad, I have thought about it also, but it's not as easy as just saying you want to do this and you could. It has been mentioned though, publicly, behind closed doors, it have been mentioned, but it's more than just, like I could just say, you know, I go and upstairs and go to every school and walk in and speak, you know. Yes, I attend certain programs, you know, like last year I attend 3 empowerment program, one being Serval, in Serval now.
Yeah.
So, all of this is part of it, but my downfall, you see, remember I tell you I grew up alone too.
Okay.
So I could be real honest. My downfall is I never really had the guidance in life, you know, it's always me alone. I make my own choices from young. So even today, all these things I do in here, it's on me. You know, I do, it's just on me, that is my point. So things might just take a little longer to happen because it's just all on me. But the point is I just never give up and I will accomplish one at a time.
Yes. So do you, have you ever gotten any like negative feedback on like the streets, like you're walking and somebody see and say, hey, daddy boy really eats, because of your popularity? Well, since you became popular for being an HIV positive person, have you, like, you're walking streets and people like, how the feedback does be?
Nah, doesn't get like that. If I meet people to the public, even though they probably have a bad thought, I don't know, something about when they see how the whole aura changes, I love, you know. So them feedback somehow come like if I'm alive discussing, I just have a lot of people coming up in my lives, you know. So they will more go to people and tell them, hey, you know, he have AIDS, etc., you know. But I don't get no bad feedback from the public to say. The most I will get somebody they might look to say, right now, USD. I would say, no, say it. So gosh. Yeah. So I would say, no, I am not the AIDS boy because I do not have AIDS, but I am the guy who does speak about HIV and AIDS, yes.
Yes.
You know?
Wow. So everything seems to be good. I wish you all the best in the future. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have more with Ronaldo. Hey y'all, welcome back to Sundays with Stephon. I'm your host, Stephon John. We're here with HIV advocate Ronaldo Castillo. Yeah, I'll make some noise support show.
Also known as self-made Ronaldo for your social media.
Self-made Ronaldo. Yes. Okay. So let me get to this question here. How does the infection rate today compare to infection rates 10 years ago in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I could talk about that.
Okay.
Well, in Trinidad and Tobago, I can't say it on a scale by the number or the percentage, but maybe of the world,
Okay.
I could be able to. And there's, like in deaths, the AIDS deaths, it dropped like by a whole 60%.
Okay.
10 years ago to now. Like at a point in time, there was over 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, in between that time span, it had a year where averagely in the world, they check up over 1 million something people die from HIV, close to 2 million from AIDS or living with AIDS or HIV, you know. Now recently, up to last year, it moved from millions to 200 and something thousand.
Okay.
You know, and that's on a world scale. You know, so Trinidad, I'm not sure about the infection.
Okay.
To be honest, I can't say that part. I could get back on you for that part. For sure, I could do that one, you know.
All right.
But
No problem.
I talk about undetectable though. A lot of the undetectable.
Okay.
A lot of people think, like, so where does undetectable thing come up from? Why you so believe in undetectable? Who said that? You know, a lot of people just come to me and be like, bro, with that undetectable, even on my video, somebody might respond, no, that wrong. Now, undetectable, there's just some matter to say. Undetectable, to start with, is how could you even tell, not just Trinidad, but the world, that undetectable equals untransmittable, and you're guessing or you're incorrect? You know, that's a very serious accusation to make to the world. One. Two, the reason why they confirm, or the way they confirm undetectable, they run tests on over 1,000 couples physically, where one pair was HIV positive and undetectable though, and the next side was not HIV. They run tests over 1,000 couples. Guess how much of them contracted it? Not one. And all kind of different relation. It's even out there on social media now. A lot of things I beg people. Sometimes when I put something out there, don't just run with it. Go and further your research. You know, at least you could stand up and say, yes, I went and check out that and he is correct. They could find out somebody now for the talk, you know. Yeah.
Alright. Do Trinbago nationals pay for medications?
No, medication is actually free.
Okay.
Once you are linked to a clinic though, you know, there's hospital, most people would know of the hospital, you know, and there's also clinics, you know. But medication is free in Trinidad.
Alright.
Yeah.
Are they hard to get? Are the drugs hard to get? Do they ever run out? Like how them hospitals never have antibiotics?
No, well, this is something, even though it's difficult to get, once you're in a clinic, you know, it sets up in a way where you are counted for now, if you understand. So therefore, you could get 3 months medication supply once adherence is good though. Because if you're not adhering and you're missing this and missing that, why would they give you a whole 3 months? You understand? But yeah, so medication is actually, it's not difficult to get in Trinidad. I advise join a clinic, fastest way.
Is stigma still a barrier to people checking their status?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And on a scale, it has been dropping, you know, but it is, because a lot of people who goes for checkup to start with, they don't do regular checkups in this timing, right? We're not talking about somebody who is living with HIV. We're talking about the average human being. They don't do regular checkups. They would do checkups if something happened, if they had sex recently and they find something, you know, they go run, they go want to go and check themselves, you know. I guess in most cases, I've heard people reach out to me and all. They think they had intercourse, they had intercourse with somebody they think is so, and they're afraid to go and test. And you know, with the stigma and this and that, and it's understandable. All I would say is, love you, take care of you. When you're doing things out here, you don't just do it for people. If you uncomfortable to do something, don't do it. You understand? If you know afterwards, there's going to be the outcome straight from it. You know?
Right. And also, what message do you have to people out there that is living with HIV and are afraid of accepting the fact that they have it? First, before I come to that, AIDS. If you reach stage AIDS, is there anything you can do about it?
Yes, of course. Now, AIDS is also known as an irreversible diagnosis. So, for example, if someone have the undetectable, they stop taking medication, the viral loads would eventually reach back HIV stage. Then it would go to AIDS, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people today who have reached AIDS and come back to undetectable.
Okay.
So, yeah, so, you know, that's why I advise adherence. You know, you never know, you never know when a body could give out the bad effect or you know, take a turn. But AIDS, you could also have AIDS and come back straight to undetectable through the medication.
Alright, okay. You told me about your own experiences with discrimination. Does your HIV status prevent people from gainful employment?
It does, and that's a serious topic in Trinidad right now, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I got calls about that too. Like, boss man find out I have HIV and they don't want me working on thing, you know. So I just always explain another send pictures. I even spoke about this on a video. When you went for the job in the application form, it had nothing like take a blood test.
Okay.
You understand?
Correct.
So why is your status? If it's that, then you are allowed that you can carry this boss man or whoever make that rule that they stand by. You can take them to the court and carry them for a trial. You understand?
Alright.
Yeah, and it's part of the law in Trinidad also.
Right, I know who tax that is there, like
that's
in case
part
you
of the
were
law.
fired because of your status, is there a law that you could take them to court for
Yeah,
that?
there's a law for that.
Alright.
There's a law.
Alright, that's
Work
good.
policy.
So we speak about AIDS, right? Back to AIDS. Is there could you reach so badly that there could be nothing could be done about it again? Is there like a bad stage? You know, like how it had cancer and you're stage 4 and you can't do nothing?
Well, for AIDS, I wouldn't say nothing could be done again because again, see Paul is not go Paul. So it could have one, let me say Peter and Paul, two of them bedridden to the worst stage of AIDS. Right? They could, one could come back, one don't bound to.
Okay.
You understand? So, yes, you could reach the point where you can come back, but yes, you could also reach the bad point where you could still come back. You know?
Right.
But try not to reach there because you never know. You know? Viral, some people don't even have to reach millions. They could just be in 1,000 and they start getting you know, symptoms and it starts to affect them.
Okay.
Everybody's body is different now.
Right. Well, you could tell the viewers, tell us any advice you have to the people, now back to this question, any advice you have to the viewers or people living with HIV and are free to accept the fact that they are HIV positive or afraid to think or even thinking about not taking medication? Because I had, about 5 years ago, I had a friend who died with HIV because he stopped taking the medication. He was totally fed up of it, and he say whatever happen, let him enjoy the little life he have, and he stopped taking it. So what advice do you have to people out there that living with HIV doesn't want to take the medication
So before I go into that, in most cases, in why people does not want to or may differ from taking the medication eventually, is because of the stigma, though, right? That is not, most of the time it's not really nothing personal, it's stress. People don't only deal with stress from the public or strangers, it's family, it's at home sometimes. They're dealing with a lot they're dealing with, you know? So it's all about you. Because I was there at a point in time, and as you say, you know someone who died. I remember someone, same thing, end up in the hospital. He recently died, though, but end up in the hospital years ago and came back out, and I was like, so why you not taking medication? Why you damaging yourself so on all are we in the same shoes? This guy response was, well, I can't stand how I taking medication not to get AIDS, but when I walk out, the people still watching me and telling me I have AIDS. But I just do my thing and, sorry, So I would say it starts with you, accepting you. In order for you to start with, to come to the understanding, you have to accept. To accept, you have to understand, I should say.
Correct.
And not just understand what you're doing, but understand why the stigma is being done.
Okay.
And this is my source. I work on that hard. Like, instead of me watching people discriminating me, I go in and think on how I could change now. I will dig deeper into why people discriminating me. So when I get to understand why, it's due to lack of understanding. In many cases, it's lack of not even understanding, misinformation in many cases, In some people cases, and I hate to say it, but it's real. Some people dislike the fact that you living with something and they don't get the effect, the love that you get, so they had to do something to bring you down, to make you feel bad, why you in that shoes and I can't even get, So you had to come to understand all these things on the other side, and then you could work on you. For me, aside from that, I accept me. A lot of readers be out there saying we love ourselves, but in reality, if you love you, you would accept every inch of you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I can't be saying I love me, but I live in with this and I hate that about me. No, I embrace me. If I love me, I want me to live a long, healthy life, I would embrace me always. Despite you saying this about me, to the end of the day, if I stop taking the medication, I am going to die, and you, the one who bad talking and throwing stigma, still going to be out here doing what? Probably the same thing. So what is the point I end my life for that for? What is the point I stop taking my medication because of you for? You understand? Is your life more important than mine? A lot of people wouldn't want to accept, and that it's also hard because now it's plenty, it's plenty, Now you had to watch the way of someone contracting it.
Okay.
Some people, it take longer for them to accept it because they didn't get it on their cause. Somebody come and spread it to them willingly and then tell them nothing. There's some people who might get molested, they might get raped, they contract it that way. It's all kind of difference, Well,
we have come to the end of Sundays with Stephon. Ronaldo, thanks for being here. In the future, I want to have you on the show again. So we learned a lot. Everyone learned, Ollie learned a lot.
Yes.
We learned a lot. We hope you learned a lot. Remember, this has been Sundays with Stephon. I'm your host, Stephon John. Until we meet again next week, stay tuned.